The Simpsons predictions, truth revealed. The Simpsons is more than just a television show, it's a cultural cornerstone. Over its decades-long run, this beloved animated series has not only entertained audiences, but also gained an almost mythical reputation for its supposed ability to predict the future. Whether it's political events, tech innovations, or scientific breakthroughs, fans often point to eerie coincidences found in old episodes. But how much of this is true, and how much is a case of selective memory and over-analysis? Today, we dive into the fascinating topic of The Simpsons predictions to uncover the truth hidden behind the hype. The Simpsons debuted in 1989, and over the years, it has built its legacy as a satirical mirror of society. Through cleverly crafted storylines and sharp humor, the show has commented on politics, technology, economics, and culture. The series' writers have an uncanny ability to observe current social trends and stretch them into outrageous yet relatable scenarios. But over time, some of those scenarios supposedly stopped being fictional and seemingly came true. This reputation didn't grow overnight. Fans began collecting examples, ranging from tiny gags that coincided with real-life inventions to major events that mirrored the show's storylines. This snowballed into an internet-fueled obsession, with conspiracy theories suggesting the writers of The Simpsons knew more about the future than the rest of us. But how did this happen? Let's explore the most famous predictions that contributed to this mythos. The list of Simpsons predictions is long, but a handful of examples have particularly captured public fascination. Here's a quick look at some of the most famous ones. Donald Trump's presidency, Season 11, Episode 17. In a 2000 episode titled Bart to the Future, Lisa mentions inheriting a country in financial ruin after Donald Trump served as president. Fast forward to 2016, and this scene is cited as a perfect prophecy. Smartwatches, Season 6, Episode 19. In 1995's Lisa's Wedding, a wrist-worn communication device was featured years before Apple or Samsung conceptualized smartwatches. The Higgs boson, Season 10, Episode 2. In a 1998 episode, Homer scribbles a mathematical equation on a chalkboard that some scientists later claimed resembled the formula for predicting the mass of the Higgs boson particle, which wasn't confirmed until 2012. Disney acquiring Fox, Season 10, Episode 5. A 1998 episode includes a background gag of a sign proclaiming 20th Century Fox, a division of Walt Disney Company. Disney officially acquired Fox in 2019. Pandemic predictions, Season 4, Episode 21. The spread of the fictional Osaka flu in a 1993 episode was linked by fans to the COVID-19 pandemic despite no direct parallels. These examples form the backbone of The Simpsons' supposed predictive power. But what's really happening here? To understand these predictions, we need to zoom in on how The Simpsons is created. The show employs a diverse team of writers who bring a wealth of insights from various industries, including mathematics, science, and technology. Many of the writers have backgrounds in fields like engineering and science, which helps them integrate convincing and forward-thinking elements into their storylines. The writer's creative process involves drawing inspiration from real-world trends and projecting those trends forward. For example, the idea of a smartwatch in 1995 wasn't pure science fiction. It reflected what many tech enthusiasts were already dreaming of at the time. Similarly, the joke about Disney buying Fox was less of a prophecy and more of a satirical jab at Disney's growing empire, which felt inevitable to some observers. The process is less about foreseeing the future and more about having a deep understanding of the present. The Simpsons creators excel at capturing societal and cultural zeitgeists, which makes some of their storylines feel astonishingly prescient when viewed years later. let's address the elephant in the room: coincidence. The Simpsons has been running for more than 30 years, with over 700 episodes. That's a staggering number of stories, gags, and ideas presented on the show. Statistically speaking, some of these are bound to align with future events simply because of the volume of content. Think about it this way. If you make enough educated guesses, some of them will inevitably appear accurate in hindsight. And when you consider how many predictions didn't come true, the argument becomes even clearer. For every time The Simpsons predicted Trump's presidency, there are countless other throwaway jokes or storylines that led nowhere. Fans tend to focus on the few instances that do match real-world developments, leading to an inflated perception of the show's predictive abilities. This brings us to the question of why humans are so quick to connect these dots. Humans are natural pattern seekers. From finding shapes in clouds to linking unrelated events, our brains are wired to make sense of the world by connecting seemingly disparate elements. This psychological phenomenon is known as apophenia, seeing patterns or connections in random or unrelated data. Another factor at play here is confirmation bias. Once a person hears that The Simpsons predicts the future, they unconsciously seek out examples that support this claim while ignoring evidence to the contrary. This is why the narrative of The Simpsons as a predictive powerhouse feels so compelling to some people. The internet plays a big role in amplifying this effect. Social media thrives on quick, sensational content, and did The Simpsons predict the future? Headlines are guaranteed to grab attention. Fan compilations, memes, and viral tweets further cement the illusion of perfect predictions. Let's break down a few key examples to separate fact from fiction. Donald Trump's presidency. In context, this was a satirical scenario, not a literal prediction. Trump was already a prominent figure in the 2000s, and his exaggerated persona made him a natural pick for a comedic, hypothetical president. Smartwatches. In the mid-90s, wearable technology was an emerging concept. The show's portrayal of a smartwatch wasn't a leap into the future, but an extrapolation of design trends in consumer electronics. The Higgs boson. Homer's equation was included as a gag. It wasn't a prediction so much as an Easter egg added by David X. Cohen, who studied physics and enjoyed sprinkling scientific references into the show. At its core, The Simpsons reflects societal aspirations, fears, and trends, much like how science fiction pushes narratives about humanity's future. The show doesn't inherently predict events, but it serves as a snapshot of collective hopes and concerns at the time of its creation. For researchers and sociologists, The Simpsons offers a valuable lens through which to study how pop culture interacts with public consciousness. Writers on the show have openly discussed their ability to weave current events and trends into their work. Al Jean, a longtime showrunner, has even joked about how fans' obsession with predictions stems from a mix of human psychology and the internet's tendency to amplify coincidences into conspiracies. Another major contributor to the prediction myth is misattribution. Social media often circulates false claims about episodes or takes scenes out of context to fit a narrative. For example, during the pandemic, clips from The Simpsons were misused to suggest the show explicitly predicted COVID-19, even though the original scenes were unrelated. These distortions are fueled by viral content algorithms that prioritize engagement over accuracy. While entertaining, such claims muddy the waters and make it harder to discern truth from exaggeration. Ultimately, The Simpsons' reputation for predicting the future is more a testament to its writers' creativity and cultural awareness than any mystical foresight. Their ability to satirize the world with impressive precision creates a sense of relatability that resonates years later. For researchers, this phenomenon provides an intriguing case study in how humans process information, recognize patterns, and attribute meaning. Studying The Simpsons' legacy offers valuable insights into cultural production, collective memory, and media's role in shaping perception. So, the next time you hear about The Simpsons predicting the future, remember this: the magic of the show lies not in prophecy, but in its unique power to mirror the world we live in. Appreciate the brilliant minds behind the jokes rather than the myths created around them.